The kayak tour we're taking is with Salty Dog Sea Kayaking. A lovely Haley has just driven us over to Shute Harbour and see this water. This is absolutely fabulous. Wow, beautiful day.
If you're in groups, like family groups or friend groups or couples, you can sign the same form as each other, and I'll just pass them on when you've signed. Okay, so the first thing you need to know is that you're holding your paddle the right way up. So if you take a look at the paddle blades, the people that have aquabound written on their paddle, just make sure that sunshine is facing straight behind you. That's it. Now, if the writing's upside down, which yours is, just flip it over like a windmill. Perfect.
Okay, so we have had our safety briefing. We've been told how we're to paddle, how we've got a spray skirt on, what to do if we tip over.
I've never been in a kayak with a spray skirt, so this is going to be something new.
Yeah, I haven't.
Sounds a bit scary.
Even the last double one we did,
yeah.
which was in Sydney on the harbour.
You get kind of jammed in.
Yeah.
Sounds a bit scary.
So some guys going out here. Let's have a quick look before we get into ours. So Alison is now getting her spray skirt on. Ooh, very nice.
I hate wet things around me. Wet fluffy. Okay, so.
Yeah, actually I might not pull mine up far enough.
Well, you haven't. You're wearing yours like a little hipster now.
I know, I've not pulled it up far enough, have I? So, I'll do it.
So, jacket on. Oh, now.
Oh, it's alright, might need loosening out a bit.
So what's your name?
Yes.
Alison. Woohoo!
Ready?
Yeah.
Right. Alternate. Right.
Actually, these are very comfortable, aren't they, on your back?
They are. What's your head?
First photo! Woohoo!
That's a good one. A few paddling tips. Try and rotate your body as you paddle like this, so rotate. And you'll get a lot more, it'll help save your arms.
So we were the first ones out and we're waiting for everybody else to sort of get in the water before we start our paddling trip. Keeping an eye on the rocks here because we keep getting quite close. So we keep going backwards. So I think we better go backwards.
Backwards? Can't we just turn? Can't we turn? Can you? Okay, keep turning. Keep turning. Off we go.
We've paddled away a little bit from the bridge. I don't know if we can see it over here now. There are 5 of us, 5 kayaks, heading over to this island over here. I better steer, I suppose. Yeah. You keep paddling, I'll keep steering. Because my feet are getting tired with the steering, so you need to paddle a little bit harder just to...
Makes quite a big difference when Robert stops paddling and I'm paddling for 2. You could really feel how hard it was. I know it's gone a lot more sheltered. Now we are coming into the first island. I didn't catch a name of this island. But what I do realise is, yet again, I've brought the blooming tropical spray for the midges and did not put it on. And I can see that we're going to go into midgie land as we get closer to this island.
As you can see, I really like this island because you've got all these mangroves around it. These trees are up here. They're really, really cool for the marine ecosystem and the marine biodiversity through here. You get lots of different little species of little fish living amongst the roots, and then you get the big fish coming to feed on the little fish as well along the outskirts, including turtles which come through here and feed on little crustaceans and little algae that grows on the roots and stuff like that. So they're really, really cool. They also help when cyclones come through. All their roots hold all that soil, whereas a lot of the islands that don't have mangroves, they cop it really bad during the cyclone periods, just because that swell just comes and takes all the soil away, all the plants without those deep roots, like these mangroves here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go for a little paddle through the mangroves here. Try and stay nice and quiet. You might see some fish or maybe even a turtle if you're lucky. And then we'll come out the other side and we'll head around the other side of Repair Island, yeah?
Whoa, precision steering here.
There we go. Steer to the left, Robert.
Okay. Very clear water.
Wow. But normally when you see these mangroves, it's very muddy and the banks are very, very muddy. This is actually just so clear. That must be why it's so blue, the water. It's because it's sand at the bottom rather than like mud. But these are the terns and they are dive bombing the sea. Whoa, just went in to catch fish. That's brilliant to watch. Oh, okay, let's join our gang.
It's getting a little bit choppy here. We're getting very close to the rocks. Now we've paddled over to this little beach. It's probably got a name, we'll maybe find out what it is. If not, it's a little shingly beach. Actually, there's a sign up there, I can't read it, but we'll work out what it is.
So, on Tancred Island, you might notice some trees that kind of look a bit out of place for tropical Queensland. They're pine trees, or they kind of look like sad Christmas trees.
Yes.
So they're called hoop pines. And when European settlers came here, they saw the pines on all the islands and they thought, great, we're going to start a logging industry. So they set up a logging industry and quickly realised that this timber was no good for building ships or furniture because it actually rots from the inside out and leaves a big hoop, which is why it's called hoop pine.
Okay, not sure whether you're getting this, it's a bit far away. What we're going to do is we're going to go around the corner here and then we're going to cross a shipping channel, the boat channel. So he's going to check out where there's no boats and then it's all systems go, paddle, we're getting across that shipping channel before we get hit. We're across the channel now and into a beautiful, nice, smooth, this water is unbelievable, back by the mangroves again. Quick view around. It's quite hard paddling across there though, with the wind and the tide. Yeah.
So what we're going to do in a sec is we're going to head round the corner, and as we come in, that's called Kayaking's Beach, where we're going to come into. As we come into Kayaking's, we're going to pull up our rudders at the back when you're right in there, and then the front person, you're going to jump out. It's going to be more stable for you to get out of your boat. You're going to hold the boat by sitting on it with one leg either side for the person in the back to get out.
We're now paddling across to a beach where we're going to take our life jackets off, have a bit of a swim, a bit of a snack. But I'm just looking around here and we're in the middle of all this land and this water and it is absolutely gorgeous. But the thought occurred to me, if you were on your own, if we didn't have a guide and you were here and you needed to go back, we would not have a clue which way to go. Wouldn't even know which way to start, to be honest with you, because it's just water and land and it's beautiful, but I reckon you need a guide. Don't try and do this on your own, folks.
The name's Bond.
James Bond. You can see, actually, you can see me, can't you, just walking out of the water on a beach, sort of like about to attack the baddies, and 300 armed hoods. Anyways, we have stopped at the beach, and he's given us some stinger suits, these beautiful stinger suits that I'm wearing. And Alison is, well, we'll come back later and see how she's getting on. They're not easy to put on, they take a while. So we're going to go out and have a little bit of a swim around. We've got the stinger suits on because it's stinger season, and we'll have a look around and see if we can see any coral, any fish, and yeah, then we're going to get a bit of a snack and get back in the kayaks and carry on. So it's been great fun so far. Stick around till the end, we'll give you all the details about this tour, which at the moment, from what we've been on, is definitely one that you want to put on the list.
Oh, you don't want to miss this.
Yeah, especially on a day like this. Look at this.
The view, do you know, I'm going to say I've been all around the world. I have been to some spectacular places, and every place I go to, we were always promised that they had the best beach in the world, from the Seychelles to Hawaii.
Blackpool.
Blackpool. This has to rank up amongst one of the most spectacular coves I've ever been through. It's turquoise seas, the hills in the background. It's absolutely stunning.
There's some beautiful ones in the South Pacific, and this is way up there with them, and we're still on the mainland. Hang on, let me show you the beach. Ah, looking good, Matthew. Have you been in? Have you been in?
I have.
What's the water like?
warm.
It's warm.
So warm. Gotta
Cool.
get in there.
Alrighty, let's give it a go. Are you sorted?
I am all sorted. I think my stinger suit, my head's just popped back a little bit. Make sure that's on. These are fantastic, aren't they, these stinger suits? I didn't realise this is what a stinger suit was. I always thought it was just a ordinary wetsuit. But they're just big, thick, like giant
Lycra
things. Okay, so I'm steaming up a little bit. I think it should be okay. Right, and it's quite warm. And
off we go. Dive, dive, dive. Oh yes, are you covering your hands up?
right here.
Oh yes.
I thought it was a woo!
We have.
Just got ourselves a little snack after we've come out of the water.
That's right. The guys do provide you with snacks, so juice box, some fruit, some nut bars, that sort of thing.
Yeah, just a little snack.
Give a bit more energy if we keep them going back.
Yes, we've got to get back.
Yeah. So we stopped for about 40 minutes. We've put the stinger suits on, got snorkels, masks, going to swim around. There's a few fish. There's not. I didn't take the camera in, to be honest with you, because it's probably not a great deal. I didn't bring a protective case, so. But the water is lovely and warm, and just to freshen up, have a swim, have a dip. We've put
Very
the kayaks
shallow.
up. It is. We put the kayaks up along here. I don't think I showed you that earlier. While we have our little break, and yes, beautiful.
How many k's did you cover that we've done?
It was 3 and a bit. I've not.
It's about 6 in the whole trip.
The important thing is that I've used 428 calories, so it's good for the. Yeah.
That's not even a slice of the bacon that you had this morning, is it? Nothing.
I tell you what though, if you're like me, you know, and you've been enjoying your cruise food, and you put the stinger suits on, like upside down frog.
Yes, the good thing about those stinger suits is they do actually say on them extra extra super stretchy.
Seriously, mate, unless you get,
you need it.
If you're a bloke and you don't go to the gym every day and work out, it's like, you're going to be embarrassed in a stinger suit.
Yeah, me too. I was, it kind of had to go over the belly, but it did. It all zipped up.
So we're getting ready to go now. We'll get all geared up and get back in the kayaks and paddle off, I presume, sort of around a couple of bays maybe, and then back to the... You
don't have to be terribly fit to do this.
No.
It's very leisurely.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Yeah. Really
gorgeous.
nice and relaxing.
Yeah, as I said, when we get back, we'll give you all the details, prices, who to book through, etc. So, all right.
I will just tell you about the stinger suits. So it's jellyfish season at the moment up this far in Queensland.
It's November, early November.
Early November, and there's two sorts of jellyfish here, and they are both super small, so you won't see them coming, and you get really nasty stings from them, and you do it's most likely you would have to go to hospital to be monitored for the after effects of those stings, so it can upset your heart and other vital organs, so you really do have to wear those stinger suits. And you don't, I mean, it didn't appear as though we saw anything, but they're super small, so there you go. Anyway, they're not uncomfortable to wear. It's definitely worth it.
Just unflattering.
Yeah, they just don't look very good. That's the reason for the stinger suits.
Cool. They've shown us how to put the kayaks back into the water. We're all geared up again. Al's geared up, I'm geared up.
Ready to get back in?
Ready to get back in. That looks a little bit sort of, I say rough, it's not really rough, but it's a little bit sort of...
It's a little bit choppy, I'd
It's
say.
a little bit more waves than when we came.
Adds to the adventure, guys.
Yeah, it could be interesting going back on the
Yes.
tender boat. We'll find out. We've paddled across the bay. I think that was where we were over there with the sand. It's very shallow now. We've had to pull up the rudder. You can see how shallow it is. Very shallow, so we're just going to skim across here now into the deeper water over there. So we've pulled up the rudder to sort of like just basically just skim across here. That's a rock. So we hit the bottom. We were fortunate to get a push out, but the guys in the other kayaks have hopped out and they're pulling their kayaks. Although I can see that the blokes are doing the right thing. They're leaving their ladies in the kayak and pulling them. The age of chivalry is not dead.
That's alright. Next time you can do it, yeah?
Oh, maybe the age of chivalry is dead. I don't know. It looks quite strange to see people in the middle of the water here, just walking along pulling kayaks. It's almost biblical. Oh no, we've hit the bottom again. Just come through another little windy, bumpy bit. We're pretty much out of it now. No, so we're just following Henry, and we can see the harbour. That's where we're heading back now, back to Shute Harbour to finish off. So quick paddle back, and I don't know whether it'll be quick actually. It looks like it might be a little bit of a struggle, but anyway, so there we go.
Thanks for coming along. I hope you enjoyed the tour today. It's a bit windy, so we made you work a bit hard today, so you deserve a nice relaxing afternoon now. Just to get out, what we're going to do is paddle back under that bridge, and we'll take it in turns one by one. Go up on that ramp that we pushed you up, and do the reverse of what we did to get out. So I'll get out first, and then I can help talk you through it.
So back under the bridge that we came under to start with, and back onto the ramp and onto land again. We're back at the cruise terminal now. We are absolutely on, actually it's after 3:15. The last tender was 3:15 and we're after 3:15. They brought us back, but this really does highlight.
They actually caught, it was about 3:10 and we were just still on the bus. We hadn't been dropped off, the little shuttle bus, and the ship called the lady who was driving and said, have you got the passengers? And she said, yes, we're going to be in. And literally she parked up, and it was 3:15 right outside the door.
This highlights the fact that you know, we weren't panicking because we were booked on a ship's tour. If we had been booked this independently, we could have booked it independently, and it would potentially saved us about $40 each. But seriously, for $40 each, we'd have been absolutely panicking. We'd have been out there, we'd been in the kayaks, and it's after 3 o'clock and that. So
I don't mind. We don't mind doing trips on our own, do we?
no, but as long as
that
there's plenty of
particular
time.
one was, yeah.
As long as you got plenty of time. Look, it was a Salty Dog, sea kayaking, Airlie Beach. We booked it on the ship. It was $140. I don't know. That was with Carnival. It may be a different price or with a different cruise line. You can do it yourself. It's $90 to do it yourself, and then I think that includes the shuttle, but it's not always available. So you may have to get the public transport or an Uber, which is another $30, $40. It's going to work out the same. Just Save
Yeah.
yourself the hassle, save yourself the stress, book it on the ship. It's a great tour. It's a full day, absolute full day, like we're the last 10
It
back.
is, but talk about salt. It's called Salty Dog, and it's so salty.
salty
The
lips,
water
I don't know about
is
that.
really salty, and I can feel it. It's everywhere. And I said I'm going to have a shower
Yes.
for an hour.
Shut up an hour.
Shower for an hour.
Yes, so that is absolutely a trip that we would recommend. Yeah, definitely look it up.
Stunning, absolutely stunning scenery. I don't know what
You
other
need a,
trips
no, you do need a reasonable level of fitness though, because it's yeah, I can feel it on my arms.
Yeah, I think
elbows
you
and
don't really
joints.
need to be fit.
No,
But, I think you actually need to be quite bendy to actually get down
it needs
low
to be to
enough.
get out of them.
You need a little bit of agility, I think, to get in and out of them. But that's all.
Right.
So,
So we're going to
well
hop on
worth
this
it.
tender boat, back to the ship, and see what's open.
Well, because we would have missed lunch, but we were just saying a beer and a burger.
Mm.
That's going to be us.
Well, there's one thing we know, that the burgers will be open and the bars will be
And the-
open, and
Yes,
we
ice
can
cold
kick
beer.
back and enjoy the rest of the afternoon on the ship in Airlie Beach.
Yeah.